Katie is 38 and she's hoping to retire in 10 years. And let's read what she emails me. She goes, hey, I'm a 38-year-old woman and want to retire in 10 years. I just said that. I live in a state, which we won't say. I have $275,000 in a 401k, $25,000 in a Roth, $17,000 in investments, and $20,000 in emergency funds. So Katie's kicking butt and taking names. It looks like she has no debt. She plans to save an additional $21,000 a year into her 401k, which includes her company match, $6,000 into Roth as well for the next 10 years. Can you help me figure out what my options are? Because I do not like my crappy old job, and I feel I'm too old to start a new career. 38, man. In retirement, I'll need to pay for health insurance. I think my monthly expenses will be about $3,000 a month. And now she doesn't say if her monthly expenses at $3,000 a month includes health insurance or not. So we'll run both to see. All right. So what we did is we just I created a spreadsheet, and then I said, well, let me just go to Right Capital, make it easier. Trump on Trumps. All right. So I said, okay, let's go to old Katie. So remember, guys, old Katie's out there, 38 years old, young, almost $500,000 in the liquidity. All right. So if you're a 38-year-old man, you're like, I need a 38-year-old lady to help me retire in 10 years. Here's your chance. Here's your chance. All right. Let's see what. We got actually $20,000 in emergency fund. All right. So let's take a gander here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Katie. She's 38. All right. We have a goal that she's going to retire at 48. I assume she's making $100,000 a year. I don't know that to be true, but I'm assuming that simply because she has got a lot of money saved away in 401k. At a 38-year-old young lady, that tells me she's making pretty good money. So we're estimating her Social Security, and we're going to estimate it based on simple estimate, and we're going to take it at 67. Let's take it at 67. Boink. All right. There we go. All right, good. So we got a goal. I got $3,000 a month of retirement expenses. I'm also using expenses of $3,000 a month of pre-retirement expenses. But adding to that, I'm adding $1,000 a month for health insurance. I don't know that to be true. I don't know, but she didn't tell me. So we're going to say that. All right, no, And then we're going to say, Finnegan, stop. All right, does that bother you that Finny barks? Does that bother you? I'm so not sorry. All right, so then we're going to say net worth. So basically what I'm saying is she has $275 in her 401k. I just put in the total stock index. Her Roth IRA, I put in the total stock index. And her taxable account, I got Susie, so I got to change it to Katie. All right, there we go. Oh, Katie Q. Katie, there we go. All right. And that's her 401k. All right, good. All right, so we're going to say, can she retire in 10 years? Now, so let's take I guess that's pretty much it, huh? So we're going to look at her investments. Should be pretty aggressive, yeah. Get her 6.5% rate of return with a standard deviation of 16%, so pretty aggressive. So let's see what it looks like from the retirement perspective. So what's the difference between current? All right, let's go to current allocation. All right, there we go. All right, good. So let's take a gander here. And the answer in this regard is about 26% probability of success. Now let's show what that means. That means she runs out of money at the median liquid assets, runs out of liquid assets when she's 66. So let's just make sure that all flows nicely here. We got cash flows, making $100,000 a year. So taxes that are pretty high. So that's the amount of money she's reinvesting. All right, that looks good. So let's go to invested assets. She's adding 24,000. She has 337. Portfolio, okay, that looks good. Let's make sure 20,000, 21,000 on 322. Should be, yeah, so, okay, good. Sounds good. So by the time she is 48, she should have $1 million. All right, $1 million there by the time she's 48. All right, but then that works. I like that. So she have $1 million by the time she's 48 years old. She has no more income, but she needs her expenses right there are going to be, that's her $3,000 a month, and that's the healthcare. So if she has two forms, if the healthcare is on top of her living expenses, and she's saying her expenses are all inclusive of $3,000, other than mortgage, other than healthcare and taxes, by the way, just FYI. So you'll see 64, 66 until Social Security kicks in at, I got kicking in at 67. That doesn't look like very much. 26,000 a year. That seems pretty low to me. Social Security at 26. Nah, that's got to be low. 26,000 a year right now. That's only 2166 a month in the future. And so I don't like that Social Security amount. That's not right. We're gonna go in here and just adjust it. All right, so we're gonna go to income, Social Security. There's no way it's only 2166 in future dollars. Let's. Oh, because they got that right there. I gotcha. That's not gonna be that. We're gonna say, well, let's just say $2,500 a month in today's dollars. I don't know what it'll be. To 40, I'm pretty comfortable with that because she's making good money. All right, so let's go back to retirement. That should be significantly better, actually, I would think. At 67, yeah, change it to 35%. All right, let's just look at the confidence. And right there is when the median still runs out when she's 66. All right, so we don't want that right there. That's not gonna. That doesn't make me all that happy because I'm like, I don't know. But the reason again is because we have retirement expenses going from 43,000 to 64,000. Now look, it's actually less than what she has now because now she's got 43,000 for expenses plus tax payment plus plan savings. I'm not sure why that's not adjusted each year. It won't matter. So 64,000 is what she's going to need, and she has $1 million at 48. All right, 64,000 is what she needs. $1 million at that's a 6.5% distribution for 20 years until Social Security kicks in. That's more like it. So here's her Social Security. So she's taking 6.5% out for 20 years. That's why we're having a challenge of making this work. Now, if we use a linear rate of return of 6.5, she'll be fine. You can see right there, but you can't do that. And this is what this shows you: the accounts that have a linear return of 6.5%. You can't do that. You got to use a Monte Carlo, which is saying the volatility of the portfolio, confidence. Yeah, so with the volatility of the portfolio, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, but that's not going to make it work. So what we want to do then is we want to is we're going to get retirement healthcare expenses proposed 2,500. What's that about? Retirement healthcare expenses. That's Affinity going. Let's go to probably your nut. Okay, there we go. Yep, good. All right. So let's get rid of this right here, and we'll say that's part of her 3,000 a month. Let's see what that does. I bet it's going to change significantly. Yeah, it changes pretty good, man. So if we get rid of that if that 3,000 a month is all inclusive of her health care, then she's in pretty good shape. Wonder if she takes Social Security. What if we make this growth instead of most aggressive? All right. Yeah, no. So we want to, she's going to have to be invested pretty aggressively. What if we take Social Security at 62 as opposed to 67? Yeah, not good. What if we take Social Security at 70? Probably going to be less. Yeah. All right, so what's going to happen here is it really is going to depend on how much she has when she's 48 years old. If she had about $1 million or so, and she needs, go to cash flows. If she had $1 million or so in her portfolio and she needs, 43,000 a year, 44,000 a year, she's at 60% on a Monte Carlo probability of success, which works okay for me. I'd be happy if she were to take another job. That's if she, as that 3,000 a month is all inclusive of healthcare as well. I'd be very, very happy if she were to take a part-time job, just freaking digging ditches or something like that. So let's add income. We're gonna say she's gonna have a job just digging ditches, salary, digging ditches for 20,000 a year, and we'll do that when she is. We'll just say at 50 until she's 60. She'll do that for 10 years, just digging ditches for 20,000 a year. All right. Chomping McGee down there. Let's see. That's going to change everything, I think. Yeah, 76%. Look at that. So that's without the health insurance. And in today's dollar, she's leaving $1 million. So if she digs ditches at $20,000 a year, right? Say $10 an hour for 20 hours a week, that she's good to go. Now, if we add that Social Security to the not Social Security, the healthcare cost in the mix, and I'm using a $1,000 a month pre-Medicare for Obamacare. If we add that to the mix, it's going to hurt me. No other way around that. But that will at least pay for her health care. Still 49%. Is that well within the ballpark? I think so. I do. Would I recommend she retires in? Not. I mean, look at that. The median is right there. Oof. It's like right there. So, 25% of the time she runs out of the money, but 25% of the time she has over $1 million. It's just one of those things that you're like, ooh, could it work? And maybe. It just depends in 10 years what she's looking at. So now I got her taking that 70. Yeah, 70 changes a little bit. Let's just real quick at 62. Someone told me yesterday. Yeah, all right. So a lot of possibilities there. That's for sure. Oops. If you wear my life away, you act as if you just don't care. You act if I'm going somewhere so lonely. I'll probably get banned from YouTube for copyright infringement on Sting. So if she works till she's 49, she's going to be in a much better place, by the way. And that is including health care at $12,000 a year plus at $20,000 a year dig ditching. So lots to think about. Just keep plugging away. Just don't take any debt, Katie. That's for sure. All right. Love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you.